To the regular board meeting for the Pontiac School District Board of Education. How's everybody doing? Everybody looks well. Super excited about this particular meeting. I'm excited about all meetings, but I think I'm a little bit more excited about this one. Mr. Graham, how you doing? How you feeling? Okay, Miss Kellum let you come back. That's good. I'm very proud of that. Glad to see that. Okay, Mr. Seeger, how are you, sir? I see you still got the water bottle. That's good. Mr. Mickens, how you doing, sir? Man, looking sharp as usual. Okay. Trustees, y'all well?
All day long.
All right. Mr. Secretary, if you can take roll call, please. The time is 6 o'clock.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Vice President Bowman.
Present.
Trustee Kraft.
Present.
Treasurer Davis Smith.
Present.
President Garrett.
Present.
I'm present. Trustee Hannah.
Present.
And Trustee Terry.
Present.
Sir, you have a quorum.
All right. Thank you. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get a motion on the floor to approve the agenda, please?
Support.
So moved by Trustee Davis Smith, supported by Trustee Bowman. Questions, comments, or concerns to the motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Treasurer Davis Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
Yes.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
Sir, that passed 7-0. Agenda passed.
All right. Thank you. As always, we're going to move down to awards and recognition. Students recognition. Superintendent, the meeting is yours.
Okay, we are very excited to always come to this portion of our agenda where we recognize students or staff throughout our district that are going above and beyond. And we want to recognize them as a district, as well as all board trustees have given us this charge, all administrators, all principals, all teachers, to begin to highlight all of the positive and success stories that are taking place throughout the district. I will start by saying these students have exemplified excellence in the drama department. We are beginning to launch our drama department back in place in the Pontiac School District, and they are leading the way. Not only in the district will they lead the way, but they have started in our own community. Today, we want to recognize and provide a certificate of distinction. This certificate is proudly presented to Preston Perry in recognition of his wonderful performance in the Flagstar Strand Theater's production of Annie Jr. We are so proud of your accomplishments and cannot wait to see what you will succeed at next. Given this 6th day of March 2023 in Pontiac, Michigan, signed by myself and the board president, President Gil Garrett. We also have another certificate that reads the exact same for Lola. I know you all are familiar with her name, Milton. We want to congratulate her. Unfortunately, the students could not be here today due to transportation issues or other commitments, but we still wanted to recognize them, and they promised that they would definitely come to a future board meeting. And the final recipient is, I hope I say her name right, Jabril Brown. She is also a part of the production. Is it? Oh, it's a he. I'm sorry. Jabril Brown. And we are excited that all 3 of the students have shown the community their talents, and they are going to be bringing those talents to the Pontiac School District in a future production in our brand new Pontiac High School auditorium. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Any questions, comments, or concerns to that one? You speaking sign language now?
No, good. No.
Okay.
I don't know who it was outlined for, but my baby Halo Chambers was in it.
Who?
Like Halo Chambers, a Harrington student.
Okay,
Yeah, my daughter.
Okay,
She was
really?
like, yeah.
Okay, we will get that corrected and make sure she is recognized. We definitely should have had her so she could come up tonight.
Yeah.
I do apologize. We will definitely get that corrected and get her presented with the certificate as well.
Okay, thank you, Sue.
Okay.
Any other ones?
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're gonna move down to board honors and recognition.
We are excited once again to recognize our board trustees to receive the highest honorable recognition at the state level, to get honors for receiving the board. President, help me out.
It's honors board recognition.
Honors board recognition.
Right.
That means that all trustees have completed their certification, and we want to celebrate each and every one of you. Normally, the state will send one plaque for the full board, which will go out on our Hall of Fame wall. But we wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for putting the time in and receiving this honor and recognizing that you have done the work to be an honors board. And so we want to present you with just a small token, which is a plaque that reads the exact same plaque that will go on the wall from the state level. Thank you, board president. He would like to just say, I have to say this is his recommendation, and we wanted to make sure this happened for the full board. Thank you.
Wow.
So, thank you, Sue. So, two parts to this. So I want to apologize to if some previous board members were available. So they just let me know that this is actually the third honors board. So the first one was in 2012, the second one 2016, and now 2023. And so I'm going to go out on a limb with this one because of the historic perspective around 2023, is that you guys did it the fastest, and you guys continue to do it the fastest, right? But we other board members have exceed awards. I think Mr. Terry is at a level 2 at this point, and then Trustee Gross is at level 3. And so as we continue our professional development, we'll continue to recognize that. But as you're moving faster at a faster pace, I'm just going to acknowledge that. I'm just grateful that we keep this as a standard. And nobody can sit back and say that we're not asking other people to do something that we're not doing that ourselves. I spoke with Trustee Kraft this afternoon. He's already set to have his done in the next couple weeks. So he'll be eligible to attend when we receive the Honors Award, our National Honors Award, honorable mention at NSBA. So I'm just grateful that the buy-in to what this is, and that you challenge each other and you challenge yourselves to this. It is not an easy task. And so what I did, there are some books. I think the vice president has picked up hers, but there's 5 books actually that would help support you throughout your tenure as just not only as a board member here, but if you want to pursue other things, just what you've learned through the 109, and you'll recognize that as well, is the Robert Rules of Order, sample FOIA procedures and guidelines, the 13th edition of the Open Meetings Act, board duties under the revised school code, by the state of Michigan. Every state, they govern their educational system very differently, right? And it's through legislation. So these are the latest editions of what Michigan says by law we should be doing as board members. And then the NSBA, becoming a better board member. This has been my Bible for just I don't want to say I got the first edition, which I do, but we're into the 4th edition of it, and this has pretty much been for 20 years my board Bible, basically. And it will help you understand what you can, what you cannot do, but then help you visions or just parts of this whole system that you find to be the most important. Not that everybody's good at something as you go out through this educational process. This is going to help you shape that vision. This is going to help you how to bring that idea from the board and how you can get your teammates involved to making sure that that vision comes to pass for students. And so these 5 particular pieces of material is something that will help you not just on your boardsmanship here, but any other board you decide to be a part of and moving forward. So thank you. Okay. The letter? No. These are just the certification letters. I love seeing the Michigan Association of School Board letterhead, and I'm not gonna even lie, right? I do get a sense of pride sitting as a board of directors for the Michigan Association of School Board when I sit up here and see one of these letterheads go out to Pontiac School District. So when you sit in a room full of people who may not necessarily, let's just say, educate at the level you do or govern at the level that you do, but they somewhat confused about how you doing what you do. It does give a great sense of pride that when I see one of these letters go out or I hear about it, that we're just on that mode, right? You feel good being in that room, right? And I'm hoping to get other board of directors on the team very, very soon. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave it at that. The plaque itself was to, again, they would have sent just one plaque. But as you continue your educational journey, professional development journey, I wanted you to have this because if you don't have grandkids now, you will. If you have younger kids or whatever, I like for my grandkids to go look at something that I've done and say, Pod, you did that. So that's kind of one of them things I wanted you to put on the wall and take a look at it. It is hard work. And I wanted to continue to, just say thank you for what you do and how you do it. And I appreciate you. So we're going to move down to recognition of elected officials. Any elected officials in the audience? None? Okay. I see 6 elected officials here, though. Good evening. How y'all doing? Good. We're going to move down to consent agenda. Need a motion on the floor for regular board meeting minutes.
So moved.
So moved by Trustee Bowman.
Support.
Supported by Trustee Hannah. Roll call, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, sir. Treasurer Davis Smith,
Yes.
President Garrett,
Yes.
I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
and Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Sir, that passed 7-0.
All right, thank you. We're going to move down to information from the superintendent and administration. We don't have any under that item, and we're going to move down to regular working agenda. There's no information to report out at this time under that item. We're going to move under finance item, discussion item, new student activity account, CTE program bookstore. Superintendent.
Thank you. This is a student activity account that we are asking to open. This is for the Pontiac High School bookstore. I want to provide clarity around that if there was any confusion, but it will be operated by the CTE pathways, which will include our students running the store, doing inventory, learning managerial skills, as well as entrepreneurship. We are looking to launch our entrepreneur pathway, and that is going to be a segue into supporting the bookstore. They will have Phoenix paraphernalia as well as student resources that staff and students can purchase. They are also looking to provide coffee for staff on a daily basis, cocoa and different beverages. So we're excited to reopen the Pontiac High School bookstore. It's been closed for a couple of years, and it's being renovated. It will have nice shelving and dressing rooms in there. And so we're excited about doing this, but we needed to open up a student activity account to ensure that the dollars are being handled properly through the business office.
Okay, awesome. Any questions around it? Okay. Seeing that, we'll move down to action item, approval of the new student activity account, CTE program bookstore. Need a motion.
So moved.
So moved by Trustee Hannah, supported by Trustee Bowman. Questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, Mr. Secretary, roll call, sir.
Yes, sir. President Garrett,
Yes.
I'm definitely voting yes. Trustee Hannah,
Yes.
Trustee Terry,
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
and Treasurer Davis Smith.
Yes.
Sir, that passed 7-0.
All right, thank you. We're going to move down to General Counsel Human Resource items. I love this section of the agenda.
Right. Me too.
Discussion item, First Amendment to the lease agreement between PSD and Oakland Schools. The presenter will be Mr. Seeger. Superintendent, the meeting is yours.
This is a renewal, and at this time, I will defer to to Attorney Seegers. It's about to say President.
Don't worry about it. I got plans for him.
All right. The school district for the city of Pontiac and Oakland schools have been in a long-term lease relationship for several years as it relates to Oakland schools' technical campus, transportation, auto body, and auto tech program. The lease is set to expire on June 30th of 2023 and needs to be extended. The lease concerns approximately 6,888 square feet of space comprising of 4 classrooms at the Pontiac High School, located at 1051 Arlene Street in Pontiac, Michigan. It is in the best interest of the district from a fiscal standpoint and the standpoint of allowing members of the greater Pontiac community to continue to participate in this program offered by Oakland schools. This amendment will expire on June 30th, 2028. So essentially, this is a 5-year extension of the current lease that we have with Oakland schools and OTEC. It is a recommendation of administration that the Board of Education approve and extend the lease between Oakland schools and the district from June 30th, 2023 through June 30th, 2028. All other terms of the lease will remain unchanged.
Okay. Any questions and concerns to what you just heard? The floor is now open for the first acknowledgement. Okay. So this extension will be for another
5 years.
Another 5 years. Okay, awesome. We've always had great partnership with Oakland schools, and this is one way to continue that. So thank you for presenting this. We're going to move down now to Harrington Principal Candidate for Hire, Yolanda Kellum. Ms. Kellum will be the presenter. Superintendent, the meeting is still yours.
Sorry, I would defer to Ms. Kellum.
Okay.
Good evening, President Garrett,
Good evening, ma'am.
Vice President Bowman, trustees, superintendent, and members in the audience. I bring before you tonight a agenda item for Harrington Principal Candidate for Hire, Mr. Michael Mickens. Background rationale reads, the proposed 22-23 contract will secure Michael Mickens' contract for the 22-23 school year shall be at the annual rate of $84,365.30 plus 4.06%, which equals $87,790.53. Regarding the base salary for the 22-23 school fiscal year, July 1, 2022 through June 30, 2023, if the operating tax levy for a given fiscal year increases less than 3% from the previous fiscal year tax levy, there will be no salary schedule increase. If the operating tax levy for a given fiscal year increases greater than 3% from the previous fiscal year tax levy, the salary schedule increase shall be 50% of the increase above 3%. For example, if the tax levy increases 6%, then the wage scale shall increase 1.5%, which is 6% minus 3% times 50%. The salary schedule shall not exceed 5% in any given school year. The funding source is general fund. Recommendation. It is the recommendation of administration that the Board of Education discuss and approve the contract of Michael Mickens as Harrington Elementary Principal from March 6, 2023 through June 30, 2023. The base salary for July 1, 2022 through June 30, 2023 will be of $84,365.30 plus 4.06%, which is a total of $87,790.53. Note, the above aforementioned salary will be prorated from March 6, 2023 through June 30, 2023. Full salary will begin July 1, 2023. Michael Mickens is an internal employee candidate. His certification and resume are attached.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Any questions, comments from the board at this particular point in time?
Yes.
Go ahead, Trustee Gross.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Mickens has been with us in this district quite some time, as well as in the leadership role.
30 years, 20, sorry.
And based on his history here and his family history here in Pontiac and all that they've done here, his mother was a great friend of my family. She actually was the one who got Chief Gross started as a police officer.
Oh, really?
And she was with us throughout when we were adolescents. And I'm so happy to Oh, I'm getting my vote now. To vote yes
I
on
see,
this.
like I see.
I'm so
like
happy
any-
to vote on
Excuse me,
this.
sir, any questions, comments, concerns about the
excited.
contract?
I'm so excited to vote on this because we've not had too much good luck over there at Harrington in that role, but this young man is coming in because he's a veteran over there. And so if I can vote twice, if that's not illegal, I will vote twice.
I just gave you the revised school code of conduct, didn't
Okay,
I?
I'm sorry.
That's why we got
But,
attorneys at board meetings.
I am so glad that you accepted this, and we'll move forward with this once we're done. And I'll leave the rest to the.
I appreciate anybody has a question about the contract.
Oh no, not at all.
Okay,
Oh,
no.
I thought
Any other
so.
questions? Okay, no questions about the contract. No questions about the hire. Any?
No,
Okay, all right.
I just want to comment like,
No, not yet, not yet. Don't do that. No.
We good. I'm sorry. I jumped the gun.
They banning rookies now in school. We can't afford to lose you right now. We can't afford to lose you, Kraft. I need you. Need a motion on the floor to approve,
Support.
and I'm going out of order on purpose.
Okay.
I'm
thank
taking
you.
a point of privilege.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can do that. I just gave you Robert Rules. I know they don't expect us to be acting like this, right, Sue? We should be a little bit more uptight, a little bit more. These jackets, we should be a little bit more. I'm sorry. Let me get a little. Excuse me, Trustee Kraft. Pardon me for my interrupting you. Trustee Gross,
Yes.
can you please get ready to take roll call?
I am
Need a
ready,
motion
sir.
on the floor.
Yes, sir.
To approve the contract, I will take a point of privilege at this time and move down to the approval of this hire. Can I get a motion on the floor to approval of Harrington Principal candidate for hire? So moved by Trustee Davis Smith,
Support.
supported by Trustee Bowman. Any questions, comments, or concerns to that motion? Hearing none. Mr. Secretary, can you please take roll call, sir?
I will.
Thank you so much.
And I happen to be first. Yes, I'm voting yes. Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
No.
VP Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
yes.
Treasurer Davis Smith.
Yes.
President Gary.
Yes.
That passed 6-1.
All right, thank you. The motion has passed. Congratulations on your hire, sir, Mr. Mickens, to the Harrington Principalship in the Pontiac School District. Thank you, sir. Now, any comments from the board at this particular point in time? Trustee Gross, you're good. Thank you. Trustee Kraft, you alluded to comments that you wanted prior to the meeting and our discussion to this vote. Can you please?
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm ecstatic about it because last year, I believe last school year, I worked over with Mr. Mickens, and I saw the work that he actually did with those kids, and I think it's a real good situation when you put somebody that's actually been there. I believe he's Mr. Harrington. Are you? Can I ask you? Are you the longest tenured employee at Harrington? Okay, and I was driving bus back in 2000, and I met Mr. Mickens back on a field trip, and I was just amazed to see that he was still there. And when I got there, and I worked there briefly, but I saw the work and I saw the love that he had for the kids. And I mean, this is really wonderful. And I believe that this is the way you should hire. The kids can identify him. They're going to walk through there and they're looking at somebody to look like them as a male role model. And I think Mr. Mickens is going to do a wonderful job.
All right. Okay, because I can only do that for so long. Thank you, Trustee Kraft. I appreciate it. Any other comments from the board? Any other comments? Trustee Davis Smith.
I just want to say congratulations, Mr. Mickens. As Trustee Kraft has said, I've watched you with the students. When I come over and do events with you, you've also asked me to come and join in, and I'm thankful that you're able to move up in your position.
Okay. Thank you, Trustee Hannah.
Yes. Congratulations, Mr. Mickens. And I too had an opportunity to observe Mr. Mickens when I was over at Harrington last year reading, and I would pass by his classroom on my way to the library, and I see how well managed your class are and the respect that they give you. So I'm happy to see you also in this leadership role.
All right. Thank you. Trustee Rapey.
I just want to say congratulations and thank you for continuing to stick with Pontiac School District. We appreciate you.
Well, thank you, sir. Trustee Gross, are you sure?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, sir. So you've heard the words of Trustee Gross and you've heard the words of Trustee Kraft. And I'm gonna take another approach. So I do a dual role here in this community, and that Lancaster family is very, 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 very important to me as it relates to that is one of the co-ops, housing co-ops that's right next to the school that kind of breathes that true neighborhood school approach, right? So they pretty much use Harrington as their everything, if you per se. I'm not going to accuse them of the ones that's always breaking the locks when we decided to close the fence. I'm just going to say they treat it as if it's their own. As a police officer, I am grateful for the consistency of Harrington, even when, as sometimes you would think that the principal is the leader, and a lot of times that it is. But who is the leader when we're in a transition? Who are the leaders when the principal is not there and the principal is called out of the building? Who are the leaders there? And so it's the years of consistency that I appreciate that this hire comes. It is the years of dedicated to watching multiple students, thousands of students come through that particular school. And when you have a leader that can just come in from the grassroots, that's you can't go get another hire. You know, there's going to be a do-over process. So when you're talking about a trans, you're trying to go from one spot to the next, right? And you're trying to get to this, transitional piece that's very gloomy. Who better than to go for a person to even put their name in the mix to do it? No pun intended. And so I appreciate you putting your name in. It is very difficult to transition from one phase to now leading in another phase and still gain that trust of those who are still there. My kids will have consistency because they're not going to, it'll be a change with adults, right? Different leadership. But what the expectation is from everyone will be the same. And that's what's important to me at this particular point in time when I look at Harrington, because we're getting close to the summer and having a new principal, a new face to go over what Lancaster has to you got to deal with Lancaster. I don't know if that's a pretty good idea. So when I saw the name and I understood what it was, it's that historical perspective for me. One, it's the leadership too. And we can always work out anything else on the end because you know the system. You are the system. You're the reason why Harrington is successful. I saw Miss Smith come in and there was some other teachers who are consistent over there. Like that team, what y'all do over there is what we need to mimic. If we just gonna be honest, no pun intended. So that's just my personal comments to it. That's how I feel about it. And that's where we at. So we need a motion on the floor to approve approval of the First Amendment to the lease agreement between PSD and Oakland Schools.
So moved.
So moved by Trustee Gross, supported by Trustee Hannah. Any questions, comments, or concerns to that? Y'all had me talking so funny in the beginning, I couldn't even say transition. Roll call, please.
Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
Trustee Terry.
Yes.
PP Bowman.
Yes.
Trustee Kraft.
Yes.
Treasurer David Smith.
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
And I'm voting yes, sir. That passed 7-0. Approval of
Okay.
contract.
All right, thank you. I wanted to get that out of the way. Now, Mr. Mickens, if you please will indulge us at the microphone and just have a few words, and welcome, sir.
Good evening, Superintendent Williams, President Garrett, members of the board. I am excited at the challenge of running Harrington Elementary School. It is a community school. I do believe that with that team of teachers there, along with the current administration, we will move the academic needle at that school. We are on the rise at Harrington. I thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
I
sir.
appreciate you. Man. Okay, we're going to move down to curriculum instruction. There are no reports at this time. Operation and maintenance, there's no reports at this time. We're going to move down to communications, petitions, and delegations. VP?
There are none.
There are none. I shouldn't say I love when she say that, should I? I think I just said that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna move down to board comments and announcements. I'm gonna get so fired at the end of this. I'm gonna move down to board comments and announcements. Oh, Trustee David Smith, you looked at me as if you wanted me to go first. Well, how you doing this evening? Good evening, ma'am. I'm gonna start with you. It was the look you gave me, like, hey, I'm first.
Good evening, and no, that wasn't the look.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm thankful for this meeting. It was nice, sweet, and short. Congratulations
Yeah,
to
last
our
one of the year.
students. In our Annie production, I didn't get a chance to see it, but I hear nothing but great reviews about it. I'm so proud of our students. Congratulations again to Mr. Mickens. I'm glad to see you in that role. And also congratulations to our board again, and thank you guys so much for our plaques. I really appreciate it. We do work hard. Our president pushed us beyond the call of duty. I won't say what time of day and night he will call us, but I thank each one of our board members and our staff. And I just love how our district is rising. I thank everyone for each role that you guys play, from the buses, the kitchen staff, our parapros, our teachers, our principals. Thank you, Ms. Kellum, for the hirees and things like that. Especially, I love Mr. Graham. He always does a great job. Ms. Perez, she goes out for those great grants. I love our district. We do a great job. We can't forget Miss Cynthia. She handles us so well. Happy birthday, Mr. Frank. We really appreciate you behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Mr. Seegers, keep us on point from being sued. I really appreciate everyone. I really do. Thanks again for this short meeting. I appreciate it. I'm going to go home and get some rest tonight.
Oh, Trustee Hannah, I don't know how you're gonna go by that.
I don't know.
Hey, but give it your
She said
best shot.
mostly everything.
Yes.
So in addition to everything that my trustee said, I also would like to give a shout out to Dr. Sherman, who's doing an amazing job, really pushing and developing our career pathways program. So this bookstore that we're now going to have for our students is just another feather in our hat. So I'm excited about the work that she's doing over there with these students, and I'm really happy to see this program get passed. So that's all I have, and good night.
All right, awesome. Trustee Kraft.
Oh, I like to mention Mr. Mickens again. I'm just so happy for you,
I think
Mr.
you were a little
Mickens.
partial.
I'm happy for you, Mr. Mickens, because I know what you mean to that school. And if it's anything that you need or anything like that, you holler, okay, and let somebody know. And if you ever feel like you're getting discouraged or anything like that, but I know that you're gonna do well at your position, so we should be okay. My kids love you. So, and then I like to also mention about that Annie play. My daughter Halo, she was in that play. She was one of the orphans, so she was in a few of the scenes and everything. She's a 9 years old. She's a fourth grade, I believe, at Harrington.
Yeah, she growing up on you pretty fast, bro.
Yeah,
I know you didn't want to say that. He didn't want to say
Right.
fourth grade.
Right. And then I like to also send my condolences to the Wilson family. One of my classmates, Wayne Wilson, passed. I believe, Wayne Wilson. He had been sick and he'd been dealing with illness for a little while and everything. But, like I said, I want to send my condolences to his family. And thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
All right, thank you. Trustee Terry.
Well, I don't want to throw the routine off since we're trying to end early. So I want to say, I think everyone has summed it up for everything. So let's continue moving forward. But I do want to remind everybody that it is March. It is reading month. So if you have a chance and have an opportunity, please try to make it out to some of the schools and just spend a little time with the kids. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Trustee Gross.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What a great meeting. I first want to thank the superintendent for this. And this is more to me, this is more than just a plaque. I can actually say that I am the longest tenured board member here. I'm into my 13th year, 8 years prior, and I was part of the various boards that was not an honor board.
You talk about the shade.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Yes, you did.
But, you know, this reminds me, many years ago, I met with a young man when I was a rookie on the board, way back in 1999. And he said to me, he said, in order for you to do the best job that you're capable of doing, because I know you are, you need to start taking some classes to teach you what this board thing is about. He says, you're dealing with finances, you're dealing with making decisions to help children. And if you don't know, he repeated a scripture that says, for my people shall perish from a lack of knowledge. And you must gain understanding. And I took that to heart. And so at that time, I began to take all these classes, and I did the best that I could to influence others to do so because of the importance. I'm so elated that that information that I shared with the board president, it was continued when he took my place in 2007. And here we are, honors board, because of the respect and commitment we have for our district and our children, and to the staff, and to not only talk about it, but to be about it. And I appreciate this. And I don't need this to show the commitment, but this says a lot. Give them their flowers while they're living. And it says a lot. So my hope is that from this point forward, that whoever sits in these seats will continue with this process. And I think we've done something to ensure that if you want to be an officer, you have to take the classes. And it's necessary. It is. And you learn a lot. And you meet a lot of great people around this country who are trying to do the same thing you're doing. And I appreciate this. And this says a lot. I received a text message yesterday from, I call her my Congress friend, our Congresswoman Haley Stevens, and she is over in Selma with a lot of the Democrats, and they walk the Edmund Bridge. And she wanted me to tell the city of Pontiac that her and the Democrats, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what she said. Her and the Democrats are still out there fighting for all of us, especially our voting rights. And this is why, if you saw it on the news with the president, they were all there. And she sent me this wonderful picture and all the Democrats across the bridge. And I was so excited that she thought of me as a friend to do that. And she wanted me to share that information, that she continues to fight in Congress for us, and she will not stop. And I appreciate that we have gained a relationship like that. And so let's continue to do what's right. Now, I will be attending, I heard the president, the Oakland County dinner, and I'll be there to represent the district on the 15th. I also will be attending now. I got an appointment to speak with the children at Kennedy Owen on the 21st in the morning. So I'll be there, as well as Peace Academy. You know, that's what they do to someone who's retired, who has no job. And so they make sure, he makes sure that your name is out there and you get things done. But these are the things that I enjoy, and I'm so excited. And lastly, it came to me, I wanted to commend my goddaughter, which is Dr. Jameson's granddaughter, who went back to school. She attends Michigan State University. And I wanted to commend her and what she's doing, and that she's still on task. And I'm so proud of her, because those kids could have given up and they didn't. And she is Spartan strong. And I'm proud of her. And she's a 4.0 student at Michigan State. And she followed her godfather's footsteps. And she is doing extremely well. And I want to publicly say how proud I am of her and her going back to school, and just continue to do, because it can only get better. It can't get any worse. And I appreciate all of you. The last 12 seconds. Thank you. We'll see you over there. And I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Madam Vice President, how you doing this evening?
I am fantastic. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to again say how honored I am to be a part of this honors board, and I hope that this example of leadership in this community will take forward and spread so that all the elected positions in this community will get some needed education on how things should be ran. So I'm glad about this award, and hopefully moving forward, we'll continue to be an example for this community. I'm glad to be a resident here, and I am glad that this meeting was nice, short, and sweet. So again, let's continue to move forward and be pillars and examples of what a community should look like. So have a good night.
Yes, ma'am. Meeting in the superintendent's office right after the meeting. You too. And I ain't got no comments. The motion on the floor to adjourn.
So move.
Support.
Who moved that? Moved by Trustee Bowman, supported by Trustee Hannah. The only questions, comments, concerns. Oakland Ford. I appreciate you guys being here. Them young men do a lot of work. Them faces that y'all see. I know when they walked in the door, y'all was like, well, who in the basketball team is this? No, these young men out in the community around Oakland County getting the rights out for people to vote. They are speaking about it boldly. And they have no problem or issue going anywhere, making sure that the rights of their community is being upheld. So I wanted to acknowledge them while they were here at this particular meeting. So, yeah, roll call. That was it.
Yes, Trustee Terry.
Yes.
VP Bowman,
Yes.
Trustee Kraft,
Yes.
Treasurer Davis Smith,
Yes.
President Garrett.
Yes.
I'm voting yes, and Trustee Hannah.
Yes.
And sir, we are adjourned at,
6:41.
thank you, sir. They say